Tonight, Elton John will be bringing his farewell tour through Grand Rapids, and that got us thinking about reaching our very own retirements. So that's what we're discussing today with Gary Mattson and Laurel Stewart. The father-daughter team are with Mattson Financial, a full-service financial and retirement firm in the Grand Rapids area. They're also popular radio show hosts. And so, Gary, Laurel, it's good to have you here.
Yes,
and I know the town is buzzing. Elton John.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, talk about a career, decades of hits.
And a great show. I mean, we were there 2 years ago. My wife got us tickets for my Christmas present, so we saw him 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. Fantastic performer. I mean, and I grew up listening to him, obviously.
Yes, lots of fans out there, but you think about that kind of longevity, and wouldn't it be a dream for us to be able to kind of retire whenever we want to, or to have a stretch that we're working so successfully?
Absolutely, and I think that comes down to, you know, you're working hard, you're putting away money over the years, and you're keeping an eye on your accounts. And, you know, we always talk about that risk and the safe, you know, balance, and making sure that you have those annual checkups. And once you're nearing retirement, getting to that red zone, being about 3 years or so out, really making sure that you start putting an income plan together to keep on and continue with that success.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to put themselves in that best spot for when they retire.
Kind of look at it this way, is that most people don't realize it, but they've been taking care of their IRAs and 401ks by feeding it and watching it and doing all that. Now we have to turn that over and let that account now take care of them. And people will sit down with me and they'll say, yes, you know, our net worth's $1 million or $2 million. And they go, but it sure doesn't feel that way. And that's because, again, we've been taking care of those assets. Now it's time to refocus that and have those assets take care of us. And it can be very stressful.
Yeah, okay, so when should people start planning for that next phase or that time in their lives?
And to really get serious about the planning point, that's that 3 years out. So that way we can look at, you know, not only the income piece, obviously that's the main one people are buzzing about and they want to know the answer of how much money do I need in order to have this amount of income. But we also look at taxes, you know, estate plans and risk management, and that's where we talk about Social Security. You know, because you only get to take it really one time, we want to make sure that you optimize it and it's the best time for you. You know, because a lot of times if you're still working, you might not want to take Social Security because it could throw you up into a higher tax bracket. So there's just a lot of different things for us to look at when it comes to the big picture.
Yeah, and I know it's really important to have a plan in place. You know, we cannot stress that more, because people need to start thinking about the type of lifestyle they want to lead in retirement, and if they're able to make their monthly bills or payments. There's a lot of thought and planning that goes into that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we suggest clients do when they come to us and they're saying, I'm going to retire in a year or 6 months or whatever that is. We actually look at where they're at in their lifestyle and the things they're doing, their critical income need, and then their lifestyles they want to do, and we tell them, now act like you're in retirement. Use the money you have now as you're taking that and put the rest of the money away. And they come back surprised and say, you know, this has worked really well, or gee, this is a little tough and this is what's going on. And then we kind of show them what they can do, and surprisingly enough, a lot of our clients call us back up and say, you know what, I've got too much money. Do you mind cutting that back? A few $100s here, a few $100s there. Had one lady call and says, you know, you can cut me back by $1,000 a month. I just don't need that much income. And that's where we want everybody to be. You know, have the lifestyle that you want and the income that allows that to happen.
Yeah, so if we aren't planning for it, how difficult is it for us to retire when we want to?
I think you're just, you know, it's kind of like saying, I'm going to win the lottery. I hope it's going to work out. I'll buy a ticket, and you throw it in a drawer and hope it's going to work out, and then you don't even check the ticket when the numbers are announced. That's how bad not planning can be. You are going to run out of money, because when the market goes negative and you need those dollars, you're going to take them from a position that will be losses. And once you lose it, it is gone forever. And we have statistically looked at scenarios that actually shows when you have losses and take that income, almost 100% of the time you run out of money in retirement.
Yeah, okay, so how many people have you seen that didn't think that they could make this call when they were ready, but after review saw something different?
Oh, we have an awesome story that I think that comes to mind. I remember hearing the excitement afterwards, after the planning, because we had a discussion about it, because
Yeah.
I wasn't in that meeting. So
Well, when we sit down with clients, we actually deliver the plan to them and show them exactly what's going to happen, where the money comes from. And she started crying, and he looked at her and he started crying. I'm like, okay, what's really going on? And she said that when I came in here today, she said, I was fearing coming in because I thought for sure we couldn't retire and maybe never retire. And now you show us what we can do. She says, I feel so much relief, and these are tears of happiness. And then they started joking around what they're going to do and how they do it. And they actually went a year and a half before they even thought they could go.
Wow.
So
That's
they did a
incredible.
great job, but they didn't understand how to get those assets to take care of them.
Yeah, and that peace of mind is priceless. So you are offering a special to viewers. Can you explain?
yes, so for the first 5 qualified callers with a portfolio of $250,000 or greater, we'd love to invite you into the office, have a conversation. Let's talk about, how hard you've worked to put these assets away and see about putting a plan together to make sure that they're now taking care of you.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. So if you want to make sure your retirement plan avoids common pitfalls and a lot more, Mattson Financial has a great offer. Again, first 5 callers getting an complimentary full-blown retirement plan. This will allow them to sit down with you personally and provide a roadmap analyzing where you are right now, discuss your best steps to really get ready for a successful retirement, a game plan to get you where you need to be. The number to call, 616-514-3831. Again, 616-514-3831. It's so great having you here and talking about this important information.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah. And we'll be right back with more 8West. Don't go away.
This is 8West.